NEONVICE here with Brothertiger. Yeah.
Word up.
We're here in Brooklyn, as the hipsters we are.
Yes, indeed.
What
Beautiful
park is this exactly?
I believe it's called the East River. It's actually a state park, actually. It's like the East River State
And
Park.
as you can see, the Freedom Tower is behind us.
Mm-hmm.
Is that, or we just call it World Trade 1?
It's called the Freedom Tower. They officially named it that, but it also is the World Trade Center, World Trade 1. It's got a bunch of different names. But, you know, this is America, and you can call it whatever you want.
And then talking about freedom, our capitalism, and the condos going up, since Brooklyn is becoming kind of a cultural hub. You gotta capitalize on it.
You gotta capitalize. A lot of the Wall Street kids live over here now. It's great. We're getting a lot of diversity in Williamsburg, so you know, keep a lookout. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great in a few years.
What brought you to the city?
I moved here about 3 years ago after I graduated from school.
Okay.
And I came here because I got an audio degree and I wanted to pursue music, and I figured this was the best place to kind of do, you know, both pursue the Brothertiger thing more, as well as, you know, do some more studio stuff with other musicians. So
Okay.
kind of just made my way out here based on music alone.
Tell us how you started the Brothertiger project.
So when I was in school back in Ohio, I started, you know, making music in my dorm. I had been kind of doing the whole electronic thing since I was 16. You know, I got Ableton. I found Ableton Live.
Of course,
Yeah.
You found it.
I found it. Yeah.
Somebody.
Someone gave it to me, and I was lucky enough to have it for a little bit. And so I started, you know, messing around with Ableton, and I found it was a really good tool for making electronic music. You know, when I got to school, I think that's when I started really defining like what kind of music I wanted to make. And so I started making this, you know, I made this like group of like 4 songs, and so I put this EP up on MySpace, and that was still a thing. And yeah, I was lucky enough to get a couple blogs to post some stuff, and some guy asked what my name was, and you know, it took some time to think about it. It's Brothertiger, yeah. I'm gonna go with that.
What sort of music's like particularly influenced the sound of Brothertiger?
Well, definitely Boards of Canada. I discovered, well, it's funny because in high school, you know, right around the time I started messing with Ableton, like kind of starting to make electronic music, I discovered kind of like, I think my kind of awakening to the music that I really like now was when my friend got these free tickets to see Mogwai. Oh, okay. They're a popular post-rock band from Scotland, and they incorporate all these different elements, like they do electronic music, but it's like post-rock, kind of like a Godspeed, My Bloody Valentine sort of vibe.
Oh, okay.
And so we like drove up to Detroit for this, and I was like, I had no idea what to expect, and we saw the show, and I was like completely blown away. And like from then on, I like got into all these other bands, and like you know, started getting like looking into like 80s music and stuff like that. So but I think the main things that I pull from are like definitely like Boards of Canada, Talking Heads, Tears for Fears, Tycho, Caribou, stuff like that.
Let's talk about what you're working on now.
Yeah.
Or just recently completed.
Just recently completed. So we just finished our third, my third studio LP, and yeah, I've been kind of working on it for about the past year or so, and yeah, I just got the masters back, so yeah, just been cranking away at this new record and hopefully having it out sometime soon.
Cool.
Yeah,
I'm excited about that.
yeah. Oh my.
So your last album, one that is completed, you used Indiegogo to crowdfund. How'd that go, and tell us about the process?
So I've never crowdfunded anything before, and it was kind of just like just something to try.
Yeah.
And so yeah, we went with Indiegogo, and just wanted to see if we could get enough money to cover the recording costs to go into a nice studio. Because for the other Brothertiger stuff, I've usually just done it all in myself on my own computer, just like, you know, recorded it all myself in my bedroom or, you know, wherever I was at. But yeah, we raised enough to go to a pretty nice studio in Brooklyn, and yeah, you know, the whole crowdfunding is really interesting, like, because there's like this whole system of like perks, and like, you know, you have to put a video this week, and then like the next week you should put another update video and stuff. And, like, I had all these people saying, like, you know, like, this is what you should do, and it was just so interesting because I was always just like, oh, okay, I guess I'll do this, and I, you know, I did a few update videos, and like I did this one video where I like kind of played like a demo. I think you might have seen that.
Oh yeah, I definitely watched that.
A demo from like a track from the album that I just played on off like my computer, and
in iMovie. And
yeah, I made it in iMovie, yeah, real advanced, and but yeah, I mean, overall, I mean, it was a good experience. I think, like, now I know how to do things.
You do have formal education in music?
Not like music performance, but I got a degree in music production. Okay. So yeah, pretty much I did 4 years of liberal arts with a foundation of studio production. So yeah, I got a minor in music theory, so I have a little bit of you know, a music background in terms of education, but yeah, I went to school primarily just to learn about, you know, recording and producing and that sort of thing.
So there's a lot of like young producers who watch our videos. Would you suggest that they get a formal education or try and experiment? Like, what sort of tips would you give to somebody just starting out?
Well, I think now, and it's getting even more popular, there's a lot of like online resources that you can find yourself, you know, on like, you know, Pro Tools mixing, and like, you know, just like basics on recording. And then even in like the whole like electronic music world, there's a ton of really awesome guys on YouTube who make awesome tutorials on Ableton and just like producing in general. So I think, yeah, I think of getting a formal education, if you can get it and like you really want to do it, it's definitely something to think about. I mean, you know, if there's like a college that offers it close to you. I mean, I kind of got lucky because Ohio University, where I went, you know, it was in my state, so they have a really great audio program.
So you want to tell us a little bit about your upcoming album, the themes behind it, and what sort of ideas you put forth into it? Sure.
I think a lot of the material in the record stems from, you know, me. I've been here for almost 3 years, and I think this is like some of the first material that I've written here primarily. Like the last record I did, I wrote most of it when I was living in Ohio.
And that's Future Splendors?
Yep. And yeah, I finished it when I moved here, but you know, I was pretty much done writing it. But here I wrote most of the new record, and so a lot of it's a lot of themes, I guess, or moving to a new city and just like figuring out, like settling in and stuff like that. I've been here for like almost 3 years, but it's the kind of place, being from the Midwest, it's still kind of tough for me to settle into a place and like get comfortable.
Yeah, to really feel like it's your new home.
Yeah, this place is great. I have my ups and my downs here, and there's a lot of stuff I miss about the Midwest. I know it's very surprising, but I know.
Being a producer who started in the bedroom and
started in the bedroom,
and now you're moving to the studio.
Yeah.
What sort of differences? Is there things that you had to learn when you kind of jumped into it?
I mean, not really. I think like now, like in the present day, there's going from like a home studio to like an actual studio there aren't too many serious differences anymore, besides just like the quality of the gear you're working with, I guess.
So what equipment or synths do you use?
I have a few hardware synths. I have a DX7 Yamaha that I use a lot.
Everyone loves.
Yeah, it's a great synth, great FM synth. And I also have a Roland Gaia, which I use more live than in the studio, but sometimes it's got some pretty cool sounds on it. And I also have a 81 Crumar Trilogy, which is this like huge behemoth of an analog synth with no MIDI capabilities, but it's still pretty cool. And I use that a lot on the new record.
Cool.
And a lot of it, those are like the 3 synths that I own. A lot of what I did on this new record, though, I borrowed a lot. A lot of my friends have, we all kind of like pass synths around to,
So like a synth trading group?
A synth trading group, man. Like one of my friends has a Juno 106, and another one has a Poly 6, and another one has like a mono Poly and stuff like that. So it's just like this, like, hey, like you call up your friend, like, hey, can I borrow your Poly 6 this weekend? I need to get some good pad sounds, man. So
yeah,
it's nice, and I was able to do that a lot on this new record. I sequence everything in Ableton, and then I bounce it all out into Pro Tools to kind of like initially get the mixing going.
Okay.
But this last record, I didn't mix it. My friend mixed it for me. He's also an audio engineer, mixing engineer, and it was just nice to have another set of ears on my
board.
stuff. Yeah.
Is this album gonna have a lot of new sounds?
Definitely. Yeah, I think it's a lot more organic than my older stuff, just because one, I've got more people involved than just, for the longest time it's been the solo effort. But with writing and producing these tracks, I've been lucky enough to have a group of people who bring a different dynamic to the recording. My drummer Nick is an awesome drummer, and especially on the new record, like he's just like absolutely perfect for it.
Random question time. Cats or dogs?
Cats all the way. My parents have 2 cats at home. I miss them dearly. I want to get my own cat here, but it's such a huge responsibility. Someday I hope to get myself a little kitten.
What's your favorite ice cream?
Favorite ice cream? I've been getting into coffee ice cream recently. I've had a huge coffee ice cream kick. I love coffee ice cream so much. It's so good.
What is your favorite place?
Wow. I think anyone's ever asked me that before. See,
this is the interesting stuff that comes out during an interview.
Favorite place? Whoa. I would. Oh my gosh, you got me in a rut here. Oh man, because that's a tricky question. Because like, well, I would have to say my I guess it changes from time to time. But my favorite place right now is in the summertime. Is there's a great beach in Brooklyn that me and my friends we ride our bikes to. It's on the Rockaway section of Brooklyn. It's this little sort of island peninsula thing, and yeah, it's a great beach in the summertime. It's a really fun place to go. Cool. Not many people know about it. It's kind of like our own little